What up, everybody? Welcome in. I can't call it System Sunday because it's not the same as System Saturday, but we did have a pretty good day yesterday. I see Von Avery in here. Appreciate you, bro. He says, great System Saturday. Should have been 5-0. Yeah, lost that overtime game by half a point. So tough. It's been a lot of those lately. Um, I've had 11 winning days out of the last 15. And I know a few of those days that were not winning days, there were three out of the four, I think, were because of overtime unders. So seeing the board pretty clear, there's a few things that I like for today. I'm just going to talk them out, tell you guys how I'm seeing the games, and then let's see if you guys like anything. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll rock how you always do. So first game that I want to talk about here today, my bad on that. First game we want to talk about here today, we'll go in order. We'll go Cleveland and Charlotte, 535, 536. This game opened Cleveland minus 7.5. They're now an 8-point favorite. Total open 220. We're looking at 220.5 or 220, depending where you're shopping. Injury report for both of these teams. And let me actually hit refresh. I know Darius Garland was game time decision here. He's still game time. And we have Jared Allen game time decision as well, but it looks like he's unlikely to play tonight. For Charlotte, I did see just before the show, Mark Williams has been downgraded to doubtful. We have Cody Martin out and Book Knight unlikely to play here. So this one, if you've been, watching or paying attention to what I've been saying about the Charlotte Hornets team lately, you kind of already know the direction I'm going. They have stayed under, I think, 8 of their last 9 games and stayed under every game since LaMelo's gone down. He's everything for their offense. He leads their team in points, leads them in assists, leads them in rebounds. Like, he's everything for that Charlotte Hornets team, in my opinion. And then you're going up against a Cavaliers team who could be without some points and Darius Garland. You will miss some rim protection without Jared Allen out there, but I still think the defense is good enough. You look at what both of these teams have been doing post All-Star. It's the number 1 defensive rated team and the number 8 defensive rated team. Surprisingly, Charlotte is that number 1. And at the same time, and this coincides with, LaMelo going down a little bit, they're the second worst offensive rated team. So I like all of that. Don't think this game will be played with pace because Cavaliers, third slowest pace post All-Star. Charlotte Hornets, middle of the pack. I look at what they averaged the last 2 weeks. Both teams combined for 216.2. So that's what I was looking at for this Charlotte Hornets and Cleveland Cavaliers game. We will go under the 220.5 for this one. And let's take a look at some comments, try to keep up. And, no producer on this show, no nothing. So I'm going to do my best to get to all the comments, see what's happening with you guys. AOD, appreciate you, bro. He's also saying smash the like button if you guys like what you're hearing. If I'm helping you guys make a little bit of money, it helps me out if you could hit the like button or subscribe. Chris Tucker, what's up, bro? Met him out here in Vegas one time. Appreciate you tapping in. And Markel says he's talking about a different game here. He says everyone on the Nuggets first quarter, and I'm scared a little bit. It's Sunday, can be tricky. Yeah, a lot of people have been betting Jokic triple double too. I know he's trying to end the year averaging a triple double. I probably would prefer that just in that game, but I don't have too strong of an opinion. I want to keep this video a little shorter on things I don't feel too strongly about because I see you guys, y'all dig the short videos. You guys want to get the information and get to the window, go about the day, and that's all good. We can do that sometimes. Markel also says Cavs first half. Get in and get out. Can't talk you out. Chris Tucker says Cavs smash spot. Double-digit win here. Saturated. Also asking about that Nuggets first quarter. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. Don't have any reason to talk anybody on or off. And AOD saying this show is vital. It says system ski. Not everything is a system, but I appreciate the love. Sam Comer up in here as well. All right, let's keep going. We have 3 more games I want to talk about. 3 more games I have action on. So let's keep going down the list here. We will go 537, 538, Washington and Philadelphia. This game opened Philly minus 7.5. They're still looking like 7.5 point favorites. Total open 231.5, and it has gone down as low as 226.5 at DraftKings and Bet Online. Injury report for both of these teams looks like it's clean. Everybody's in for Washington. Everybody's in for Philadelphia. Um, there's a few different things I liked in this game. For one, I'm gonna mention this off the back. I think I think Philadelphia is gonna take this game seriously because they're 3.5 games out of first place, and this is a Wizards team who they already beat them twice this season. So you have a Sixers team who's playing good basketball right now and is in a position to get same season double revenge at the house. Sixers are what 25-10 straight up at the house, 22-13. They've been money makers when they win there. It's usually by margin. So just to read the system, my guy says system ski in here. We'll go home favorites on 4 or more straight wins, seeking same season double revenge. That's the Sixers here today. It says they are 69, 42, and 4 against the spread, 62.2%. And I'll look at a little bit, something more team specific for the Sixers so far this season. This dates back to Halloween, I believe, and it's the Sixers in a revenge situation versus an opponent who averages more than 13.52 turnovers. And so it's just saying, they're going to take this game seriously. I know the defense hasn't been great lately, but it's saying that they should be able to take advantage of a team that they're focused on because they lost to them previously and they turn the ball over quite frequently. So all of that adds up to Sixers minus the 7.5 to me. As you can tell, that one is more of the system play. So if you want to follow, feel free. I do have that one in my pocket. Let me take a look at some of these comments here before we keep moving down to the next game. JB still talking about the Cavs game, says he leans Cavs first half if Allen plays. Well, Allen's not playing, so you can go ahead and throw that lean away. Appreciate you, Andre. Good luck on your action as well. A lot of love in the chat. I appreciate you guys for tapping in and showing some love. Show is not the same without the chat. I appreciate all of you guys. Boofer, let's see what he says. Cleveland first half leans, but don't like the game time decisions. Your under might be the better play. Well, I hope so, because it's in my pocket. I'm trying to take it to the window. M. Sherm says he went with Dinwiddie points and assist. Don't have any reason to talk you off that one. I don't think I was getting to that game just yet. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. Lake Show is coming up on this show. It'll be the last game we talk about, but we will get there. JB Brown likes Sixers first half -4, says they're too deep. Saturated likes Porzingis points. He has been cashing on his points lately. I can't talk you off of that. And JB reminding you guys to smash the like button if you could. It does help me out. And I'll continue to bring the shows more and more often, as long as I know you guys enjoy them. I've been doing them every day, since about Wednesday this week. So we'll keep it going as long as I know you guys enjoying them and we're making some money here. Boofer says Washington fourth quarter +1.5. It's a little bit juiced though. Boofer's really good with those quarters, so pay attention when he shouts them out. Saturated says, man, the Sixers always down until 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Coin flip if they cover or not. I think they're going to pay attention to this game, for the full 48 minutes, unless they're about 20 and they just don't care. And in that case, I still think they'll cover the 7.5. I just think they have a shot to still get first in the East. And this is an opponent that's been beating up on them. So I think they want to take it to them here tonight. Markel says Sixers first quarter. I couldn't talk you off that at all. I think they'll start it early and often. Let's see any more comments. KC getting on me. Hey, I went to the gym today. All right, I did my leg day. I did it all today. Stall me out one time, Casey. Let's see. Avery is thinking about pulling the trigger here. Clint is ready to get to the Lake Show talk. We got one more game before Lake Show, but we will get there. Moneyline Cam. Best of luck to you as well. All right, let's keep it going. Everybody's talking about the Lakers. They want to get there. So we got one more game before the Lakers, and we'll get there. Let's see this last comment. He says he likes that system play on the Suns versus OKC played this week. Got to the window with that -13.5. Yeah, I remember that one. It's the heavy favorites when their opponent is on the back-to-back. Says they're big favorites for a reason. So glad you cashed, and you can take it into what you do for your future studies. Next game up, we will go 539, 540. We're looking at Portland and New Orleans. We are going, or I'm sorry, this game opened New Orleans minus 2.5. They're now 1.5 or 2 point dog. So flip a favorites here in this game. Total open 230.5. And it's anywhere between 230 and 231. So line shot depending which way you want to play it. Injury report for this one. Lillard game time decision, but he's likely to play. Archie game time decision. Baji and Winslow out for this New Orleans team. We have Ingram still on the injury report. Game time decision here with his foot injury. They will be without Alvarado, Liddell, Larry Nash Jr., and Zion. So this game, this is one of those games that I really like to target. If you've been paying attention, it will make sense to you when I'm talking this one out. Down the stretch, I'm trying to target these games that really matter to these teams because in the games where they're both fighting for playoff spots, going down the end of the stretch of the season, it's only so many games left. You have a Pelicans team who's I think 0.5 games out of the play-in tournament if they still care, if they're not tanking, which I don't think they are. And you have a Portland team who I believe is about a game and a half out of the play-in right now. And Damian Lillard, he's not staying over there in Portland to come miss the playoffs year after year. So I know they're fighting for it too. He's game time decision with calf tightness. You could see that calf lock up during this game. But I'll read the system to start off this one. It's going to say we're playing on unrested home teams who did not have to travel and are on an under streak in conference after All-Star break, after their last meeting the season went under. That is 30, 15, and 2 to the under, 66.7%. And it just makes sense for everything I just said. These are two teams. I mean, it's a game that's going to matter for both of these teams. And when you're in a situation like that, playoff intensity, that means defense. I know Portland hasn't been good for defense lately, but on the road, they're 22 and 13 to the under. Really, both of these teams combined home road splits, they are 41 and 27 to the under. And if you look at the last 2 weeks, home and road splits, they're 7 and 2 to the under, with those games combining to average 217.3. That gets us well under the 230, 231 that we're looking at tonight. I like it. This Pelicans team, I mean, Ingram has really been the only scorer for them, right? McCollum was kind of shitty, for lack of better terms, since he had his hand injury. He has been playing better than the last two since Ingram got hurt, but I'm not quite certain that Ingram will be out there. And if he's not, you're going to be missing a hell of a lot of points and scoring for that Pelicans team. And for the Blazers, they want to score most of their points from three. This is a Pelicans team who's number one defending the three on the season. I just think neither team is going to be able to take advantage of the other offensively. So under 231. I mean, the last time they played, BI had 40, Dame had 40. They still didn't go over 231. So that's what I like for this game here. That's what I'll rock with. I'm not mad at anybody who, if Ingram's not out there, I could understand looking at a CJ McCollum point prop, because his last two games, he did score better without him out there on the floor, and he's going up against his old team. So those are the ways I'm seeing this game. And I played the under 231. Let's take a look at the chat before we move on to the last game for today. Appreciate you, AOD. Clinton is saying Spurs and Thunder. Underful game. Nobody going to like it, but it's going to hit. Yeah, it's always tough to take those unders for those Spurs games. OKC too. They both play at pace, I feel like, and Spurs not a great defensive team, especially defending the three. Let me see. Let's keep going here. Going back too far on the comments. Matt Hoffman, I appreciate it. Says good work yesterday. Yeah, Casey, workout check, make money next. Yeah, and then I'm trying to get this money with you guys, and I'm gonna give me something to eat because I'm starving. 7 figure says OKC -2 is a top play. Can't talk anybody off fading the Spurs. Very hard to put my money on San Antonio. Let's see. Comment here from Saturated says something tells me Dame remembers CJ and the Pels smacking them up a few games ago. Think we can take Dame over points. I mean, he's been scoring the ball good lately. He does have that calf strain, but I think it's a game where they can probably focus a little bit more on him and make everybody else score. So I wouldn't run to the window with it. It's a game where I like the under, so I'm not going to endorse too many overs. If I was though, I mean, CJ versus old team. Maybe Dame wants to go back at CJ. I'm not too mad at it. Vaughn is asking, is SGA going to sit? I didn't see him on the injury report, but let me just double check before we move to our last game for the day. He's not on the injury report as of right now. So I think he will be in tonight. All right, last game up, and we had a lot of requests for this one. People are saying, what's going on? What's good with the Lake Show tonight? They opened as a -1.5 point favorite. They're now 3 point favorite pretty much across the board. Total open 224 is as high as 226 across the board now. Let's check the injury report for New York. Brunson, game time decision. Not sure if they'll have him out there. He's been banged up a little bit. I know he came back, and I think he had to leave the game early because he re-aggravated it or something of that nature. So not a good sign for Brunson, in my opinion. For the Lakers, I see Mo Bamba out, LeBron out. Only other person on here is Anthony Davis, game time decision, but he's likely to play. And it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching this Lakers team. I knew when they did the trade deadline that the pieces that they have, it fits so perfect, and we're seeing it out there on the court. There's space. Everybody's playing hard. They're buying in. You hear Anthony Davis after, I don't think it was the last game. It might have been the last game or the previous game, but he said, it's time to get greedy. We're not satisfied, etc. It was before this past game. It's time to get greedy. We're not satisfied. They're still trying to move up, and this is a team who can get out of the play-in. Be. I think they can still even get home court. I'm not certain, but I think they can, and that's what they're going to push for. Anthony Davis, I love what he's been bringing to the game. He only had 6 points last game, and the Lakers got to win. That tells you how good they're playing as a whole. D'Angelo Russell is a big boost offensively. That's why Anthony Davis didn't really have to carry the load. You saw him going off, splashing them from three, and if he's playing like that, and the team is rolling how they're rolling, it's hard for me to go against them, especially for a Knicks team without their starting point guard and star player in Jalen Brunson. So I know the Knicks just played last night, right? So we're going to look at, and we did this a lot last season, home favorites with the rest advantage. They're really good. They weren't that good this year as far as against the spread and all that, but let's just look at it. Home favorites with the rest advantage when their opponent is on a back-to-back. I have about 5,500 games almost here, and it says home favorites with that in that situation win straight up 73.5% of the time. And so far this season, they're 81-33 straight up, which is 71.1%. Even at the current number, with the line going up from -1.5 to -3. I mean, I know the money line at -3 is going to be -150. That's an implied probability of 60%. And I'm telling you, all the way back as far as the database goes, teams in this situation win 73.5% of the time. So in my mind, that's a good bet. I like what I'm seeing on the court for this Lakers team. I think they get another W tonight. So sum it up. We've been on here a little bit longer than usual. We did get 100 viewers, so I appreciate all of you. Don't always get that many. Actually, let me look at a couple comments before I sum it up. Did talk quite a bit there. And I will recap for anybody who's a little bit late in the show. Leroy's asking me for that recap. I will do it in 1 second. JB Brown says Lakers -2.5 in my pocket. Playoff push continues. 7-3 last 10. Yeah, I think they're 8-3 since the trade deadline, if I'm not mistaken. 77 Figure says Lakers Knicks last game of the night. Bailout special. ESPN special. Backwood. Not mad at you. It's a game that matters though. So but I'm not mad at you for passing. I get why you would pass. Let's see. Casey says AD been talking. She's not AD's biggest fan. No surprise there. Smash the like button, says JB Brown. I would appreciate it. Like I told you, if you guys are enjoying what you're hearing, it definitely helps me out. And Clint says, I think the Lakers love turning up without LeBron on the floor. Yeah, everybody can play defense. Nobody's standing around. I don't want to dog LeBron too much, but yeah, I like what I'm seeing. I hope he doesn't come back and mess it up. Avery is liking the Lakers money line as well, says it's a great play. JB Brown dropping his plays before we get out of here. Says Nets plus 9.5. Philly first half -4 and Lakers -2.5. Telling everybody best of luck today. Boofer asking what number did I get for the Lakers? Personally, I took -140. I would still take it at -150, Boofer. I told you -150 is 60% implied probability, and these teams win at 73.5% clip dating back to 1996. So, my mind, that is a good bet. Charlie Rambo, you have to be more specific, saying, what am I using to look at those stats? A lot of different stats I'm naming. NBA.com, Wager Talk Stat Sheet, Killersports.com, a lot of different things I look up, and I write them all on one note sheet. So be a little bit more specific, and maybe I can tell you where to go for the information you're looking for. Brandon Williams says under on the Lakers game. Reason I didn't take it is just because D'Angelo Russell does give that little bit of boost offensively, and the Knicks on a back-to-back, I'm just not sure how much defense they want to play. I don't like to expect teams without rest to defend. So that's my reason for staying off the under tonight. Although Lakers have been a great defensive team, and so are the Knicks. Avery says Vando versus Randall matchup. Yeah, Randall, he usually holds a grudge, takes it personal versus his old team. We'll see if Vando can keep him in check tonight. Casey says, I like the Lakers today. Ham playing the right dudes. Absolutely. Didn't even put AD back in the game because the guys was rolling yesterday. He's fine. Ham Sandwich is finally doing something a little bit right over there. So I agree with you on that. Let's see. A couple more comments before we get out of here. Chris Tucker says he's on Cavs Wiz in the over 227.5 and has a gut feeling that the Knicks will win. Let's see what KC says here. D-Lo boost on offense and baby food on defense. Under up in the air. Yeah, that's exactly why I'm not on it. And she says Randall off a horrible game. So a lot to look at here tonight. Just to recap for everybody, the plays for the show for today. Portland, New Orleans, under 231. Cleveland, Charlotte, under 220.5. Lakers, -140. Sixers, -7.5. I appreciate everybody, for tapping in. The show is not the same without everybody here in the chat. You guys bring a lot of good information, and I appreciate the support in general. If you like what you're hearing, hit the like button. If you want to know when I'm going live, hit the subscribe button, and I'll also tweet it out on Twitter. So best of luck on all your action. We'll be back, doing shows tomorrow, and I'll catch y'all then.